and welcome to Readyjet, the new safer way to keep your mixer drum free of hardened concrete buildup. My name is Annabelle, and today I'm going to be taking you through the Readyjet process at this virtual open day. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments box below, where a member of the team will be answering your questions live. At our site here in Heathrow, we use high pressure water to get rid of hardened concrete buildup. A new, safer alternative to the standard practice of having a worker entering the confined space with machine tools. This is the Readyjet G3. It has a 9-litre, 6-cylinder Cummins 350 horsepower diesel engine. It powers a high-pressure pump that produces 20,000 psi of water pressure. The pure water is blasted out of a single jet that oscillates to ensure it can access either side of the drum blades. We ran the jet earlier to demonstrate the pressure. The torpedo head can crank to ensure the jet is as close as possible to the hardened concrete to blast it from the blades. The tower and boom are operated by hydraulics, allowing the tower to rise to the required height. The boom tips to an angle to match the axis of the drum. The boom moves forward into the drum, all the way to the front. Then we pull it back a couple of inches and start the service, concentrating on the front of the drum for 5 minutes before retreating over the entire internal length of the drum. We do a dry run to ensure the blades and the lance don't collide. Then the driver sets the drum to charge slowly at 1 RPM. The drum revolves as the lance slowly retreats to ensure every surface of the drum is clear. Here we have a truck ready for service. I'm going to act as banksman to get it safely reversed into the workshop. Okay, well, here we are in reception. We have our driver here. Welcome, Kelvin. I'm just going to give him an induction. So these are your driver's tasks. Sign in, have an induction, which is now, and sign paperwork. Reverse into the shed when asked. We will be your banksman. Leave the engine running, brakes on, drum still. We will attach fume extraction to your exhaust and close the barn doors. We will line up the Readyjet lance. When directed, set the drum to charge at 1 RPM. Leave the building and retire here to the reception area for about 45 minutes. After the build-up removal service, we will open the barn doors and remove the extraction from your exhaust. Do not move until instructed, please. Drive out of the workshop and reverse up to the discharge base. That's just out there. We will be your banksman again. Discharge slowly when instructed. Stop as instructed. Discharge takes about 20 to 30 minutes, and then you will receive your certificate and be on your way. Right, now that we've reversed the truck in, we are going to swing out the hopper so that the Readyjet lance can access the mixer drum, because this one is fitted with a swing out hopper. McPhee will fit that as an optional extra on new builds. Alternatively, you can retrofit a swing out hopper. You can cut the bar and fit end caps, or Unbolt the hopper and horizontal bar where possible. Liebherr and Stetton trucks can be unbolted and lifted down in about 20 minutes, but nothing compares to a swing-out hopper, which can be done in 20 seconds. Whatever alternative method you choose, the truck will need to arrive 15 minutes before the booked appointment with the hopper and horizontal bar removed. Now that the truck is in the final position, we fit the exhaust extraction and shut the barn doors. Now we'll do a dry run to check that the lance doesn't collide with the blades, and then the driver will set the drum to charge at 1 RPM. Right, when the engineer has their hearing protection fitted, we'll be good to go. The Readyjet is operated by remote control. The engine revs are increased until the jet pressure is nearly 20,000 psi. The robotic lance stays at the front of the drum for 5 minutes, concentrating on the vertical build-up. The retraction is then set to 100 millimeters per minute, and the lance slowly moves towards the back of the drum, clearing the blades and sides of the drum as it goes. The torpedo end of the boom is pivoted upwards so that the jet is closer to the build-up. The oscillation of the jet allows it to blast the front and back of each blade as the drum rotates. The Readyjet works by blasting a gap between the blade and the hardened concrete. The concrete then drops away. At the back of the drum, in the cone, the torpedo can be lowered again and still be in close proximity to the residual build-up. It is important to regularly remove hardened concrete. Usually every 3 or 4 months is sufficient, assuming the driver continues to wash and stone out frequently. Despite best efforts, a thin layer of concrete slurry hardens on the inside of the drum after discharge and during the trip back to the ready-mix plant. Many customers carry out weight checks of the empty truck weekly or fortnightly. When the tear increases by 200 kilograms to 250 kilograms, it's then time to clear out the residual hardened concrete. You will avoid extra running costs, risks of overloading fines, and reputational damage from incidents involving overloaded trucks. Get your drum cleared of the build-up as soon as it needs it. Preventative and conditional maintenance are the cheapest options. It is really important to avoid heavy build-up. Blade-to-blade build-up or heavy build-up on a lightweight 3mm or less drum, or one with wide blade spacing, can result in larger lumps and potential dents as they tumble in the drum. This is true, of course, regardless of using our robotic system or clearing the hardened concrete manually. The difference is that by using Readyjet Services, we keep the worker out of the drum, zero harm. The Readyjet service is available for fleet owners, company fleets, or owner-drivers. Remember, the jet will not damage the drum. It operates at 20,000 psi, enough to blast the concrete, but it takes 50,000 psi to cut steel. The Readyjet will not damage the drum. Here is footage of the jet at full pressure to demonstrate the power of this system. Readyjet Services have installed their equipment in an acoustically designed workshop to get the highest possible performances and exceptional results. Here's a video on how they managed to achieve that. Our facility is insulated with 1/2 metre thick walls and roof. This reduces the noise generated by the high pressure water jet in the truck mixer drum from 120 dBA to less than 67 dBA outside. This is a noise level similar to a normal conversation. One of the issues this raises is that the engine inside the facility is operating in a hot environment. To mitigate this, we have a 60% larger bespoke radiator and intercooler system located outside. This manages engine temperatures and allows the Readyjet to operate at optimum performance, resulting in exceptional removal of hardened concrete buildup from the mixer drum. Readyjet, the safest solution in the industry. See how the jet is oscillating? It's very powerful but doesn't damage the blades or drum. The jet is blasting the concrete until it falls free. The service uses 3,000 to 6,000 litres of water and discharges with platelets of hardened concrete. This next video will show how we recycle the water. Our process uses over 100 litres of water per minute. We capture all process water in our discharge bay and sump. This is pumped to our water treatment plant. The plant uses anionic polymer flocculant, which is diluted to soot and pumped to the top of the thickener cone or clarifier. Here, it is incorporated with the water from the discharge bay sump. The negative charge of the flocculant attracts the positive charge particles in the wastewater. As more particles combine, so they become heavier and settle to the bottom of the clarifier cone more quickly. This results in the overflow water being particle-free. This clean water is treated to neutralise the alkalinity associated with the concrete before being pumped to the recycled water tank. The underflow of particulate, at 50% solids by volume, is pumped back to the discharge bay. All waste concrete is transferred by a licensed waste carrier to a facility where it is crushed and screened and reused as concrete aggregate. Readyjet, the safest solution in the industry. The discharge process is quite slow, between 20 and 30 minutes, so that the water can be recycled and any large lumps removed carefully. The pressure of the jet inside the drum generates heat, and you can see water vapor inside the drum. Some water is lost to evaporation, but this is where the rainwater harvesting comes in to top up the water in the supply tank. The service takes 45 minutes. The whole process from induction to certificate takes less than an hour and a half. Most of our customers coincide this with a 6-weekly check or MOT. And if you have a swing out hopper, you can come in on an operational day and then get straight back out to work. To book a service, go online at readyjet.co.uk, pick a time and date, and pay securely by credit card. The cost of running a fleet with high build-up can result in extra trucks being put on the job, so the cost of the service is really good value. Optimise capacity, minimise distribution costs. This service is open to owner drivers. You may have family responsibilities and no longer want to get in the back of a drum. This service is open to fleet owners and company fleets. You are mindful of the Health and Safety at Work Act and the Management of Health and Safety at Work regulations. This service is open to companies who hire in their haulage. You understand that you have a duty of care to your contractors and don't want an incident associated with the logo on the drum. And this service is open to insurance companies. If the drum can turn, we can clear it of hardened concrete. This service is cheaper than a new drum. Remember, the Readyjet is the safest solution. Let's get the worker out of the drum. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you soon, and goodbye.